Hello, you're welcome to Learning with Okiki once again in my keyboard journey, where I am sharing all of my learning process and what I am learning every week, like on a weekly basis. So, in this video, what are we going to be discussing? What are we going to be talking about? In this video, we will be discussing on SQL injection. It is also known as the SQLi. It is also known as the SQLi, any name that you call it, which is like the web security vulnerability. So in this video, what am I going to be discussing? What am I going to be sharing with you? I will be sharing with you what SQLi is all about, who performs SQLi, why do they do that, and we should be running a demo on this concept as well. But first and foremost, when it comes to SQLi, it is probably known as, or it is also known as a SQL injection, SQLi, any name that you want to call it. So it is a type of web security vulnerability that allows an attacker to inject malicious SQL code into an SQL statement or SQL statement through the browser. When your web app is actually using a database, so an attacker can always come from the browser and attack the database from your browser or attack your web app from your browser. So why is this attack? Why are they doing that? What do they achieve from doing that? Basically, an attacker can always modify the original SQL query that you have in your database or in your web app, whereby they delete some information from there or they modify some information from it, they change some data that you have inside the inside the database. So who perform it? Who are those that engage in SQL injection? First and foremost, you need to know that anybody with a ground understanding of structured query language is very much will be easier for them to perform this SQLi. Anybody with a good understanding of web app vulnerabilities, they can perform SQLi perfectly. And anybody who is experienced in hacking as well, they can as well also engage in what this SQLi of a thing. So who engage or why do they engage in SQL injection? First and foremost, you need to know that when they want to have access to some sensitive information in an organization or in a business, and you have your website displayed, or you have some of this information displayed whereby you generate data, you get data from users, people or an attacker can easily inject some malicious code into your database just to extract or just to get some sensitive information from there. This sensitive information also lead us to the data theft. When they want to steal data from an organization, they use this SQLi process. When they want to manipulate data, they want to change some data, they want to modify some of the data that you have in your database, they also use this SQLi. If they want to compromise your system as well, you can always do that using the SQLi process. If they want to gain some financial thing, or they want to gain some monetary aspect, they want to thief some of your financial stuff from an organization, they also use this SQLi. And if they want to damage a particular reputation in the sense that you have the data that's comprised of probably your user or your customer, and they want to easily damage a particular customer's reputation on your database, they also use this SQLi of a thing. So right now I'll be jumping into a demo just to see what running an SQLi is all about. Okay, so we have this particular app right now that I am showing on my screen. I don't know if you can see what I am sharing basically, and I hope I am sharing the right screen. Okay, yes. So let's open this app.py first and foremost. It's just like a very simple web app. So we have the database here as well. Let me open it and tell us, and or let's just go through what I want to do in this particular SQL injection. So first and foremost, I will be running this app. Okay, this is the database. So let's see how we can, run this particular app, just to show you what we have in there, and to see how we are going to be performing an injection in this particular web app. Okay, here I am going to run my Flask. Once it started running, okay, let's go to my browser. Okay, let me just stop sharing this. uh slideshow. Okay, we have this 1 to 7. Oh, let me move this video right here. Yes, so let's see how we can modify some of these names here. So let's go into amino, and right here I can just easily put in Sulaiman, or let me see, wicked man, something like that. So, and I change it. I have easily changed Amini's name to what, into Wicked Man. In this particular video, I just want to show you what SQL injection is all about. I changed this name from Amino to Wicked Man. Let's see, is there another way that we can as well do all of that? Yes, we can use it in a form of whereby using a direct SQL query by doing what, or by saying, by putting what SQL query precisely. Okay, so here particularly, if I have something like, I don't know why this one is actually zooming in. So if I have something like this, which is like my URL, this change name, and I have this name which is like set amino. Let me change it back to like something like wicked amino, like this, with student ID 2. This student ID 2 is actually what I want to change here. If I strike enter, you see it changes from wicked man to what, to wicked amino. If I have, let's say, I have another one, like let's say, I want to change this acron to, I want to change it to amino now, for example, and I change this ID from 2 to 1. You see, Akron is going to change to amino from here. That means I am trying to manipulate the data that the developer already have from their what, from their web app. I'm changing it from my browser. So that is that in the course of this particular video. Let's see what's next week. Let's see what we are going to be showing you. I am going to be showing you how you need to like block all of this, how you need to like mitigate your web app, just for your user or your client or your customer to not have access to this manipulation. That will be next week. Thank you, and I'll see you next time.